You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be held against you. We've all heard these words before. It's the beginning of the Miranda warning. We often see them in movies and on various television dramas. Miranda warning. What is it? What's it about? Well, that takes us to this week's case. Miranda warning is a warning which must be given a criminal suspect before an interrogation can take place. This week's case involves a postal employee, a person who was thought to be stealing money orders from Priority Mail. There was a planted package that was placed at his workplace, and he was found red-handed beginning to open that package. Well, questions followed. He was asked a number of questions. He responded to the questions, and then 90 minutes later, he had been moved to a different facility. After he had been given a Miranda warning, he confessed. Said, yes, I did do that. Yes, I was stealing those money orders. Well, the case went to trial. But before it got to trial, his attorneys brought a motion to quash. They brought a motion to say you can't get that confession in because he, the defendant, wasn't giving his Miranda warnings at the first part of the interrogation. Well, the prosecutor said, no, we can bring that in. And the reason we can bring it in is there was a period of time from the time he was first asked questions to the time he was asked questions later. That was an hour and a half, 90 minutes. During that time, he had plenty of time to think about it, knew what he was doing, and before the second questioning began, he was given a proper Miranda warning. Therefore, the confession, which came after that, should come in. Well, the judge considered these arguments and said, as to the defendant, you're right. Your attorney is right. And that confession will not come in at trial. Now, some people, when they hear cases like this, say, hey, what's the deal? You know, aren't these criminals getting off in the United States as a result of what seems to be technical violations of the law? Well, no. Because what it's really about, and what the Constitution is really about in the U.S., is about keeping government out of your backyard. In this instance, and in any instance, when someone is accused of a crime, they have certain rights. And among those rights are the right to remain silent, the right to have an attorney, and if they do not have an attorney, they have a right to have an attorney appointed to them at government expense. With those rights, someone then can act appropriately. If they don't know about those rights, they may not act appropriately. So the police or anybody who is engaged in a criminal investigation with an accused must read a Miranda warning and make sure the person understands it. If they don't read it, if the person doesn't understand it, anything that the person says cannot be held against them. And what's it all about? It's about protecting you and seeing that your rights are preserved and government stays out of your backyard. I'm David Allen. We bring you these cases every week so you understand how the law works and how the law affects you.